4 getting absolutely muscled there. At turn 1, that was an absolute disaster.
Oh, he's spun!
Oh no! That's massive for Adam!
All over the rear bumper of spin, mate. These guys are hitting each other like nothing we've ever seen before.
G pulls out to the outside. Here we go again.
86 there, he's going to go for a move here. The 2 Ferraris in front of him.
G's went wide. G's is
Oh!
in trouble with Schumacher. Oh, good contact.
Oh, massive contact there.
This is going to be an incredible finish for these two.
The speed, the overspeed happening. They're going to go 3 wide into
Oh.
turn 1.
There's contact there from Tracy that comes through on the way in. He tries to redress and gets his way.
Shoved out wide. Oh, huge contact.
This is fantastic. On the outside though in turn 1.
As he shoves it down the inside anyway. What is this? Oh my gosh! What a move from GTR! Hello everybody, welcome back to Sector 1, and tonight it's our Community Series race here at Watkins Glen in the wonderful New York in the United States, and my name is Lenocis, and somewhat joining me in the commentary box tonight is Carbonboy, who is your race director for today. Can you hear me, Carbonboy? Yes, I can. And we'll just have a look at our track schedule for tonight. And it is, of course, we're at Watkins Glen, 5.552 kilometers, 11 turns. It's round 3 of the Community Series here at Sector 1. And this is how it's looking for tonight. 10-minute qualifying with 2 races, both 20 minutes each, with the second being reverse grid. Soft tyres only in use today, with wear rates set to 3 times for both tyres and fuel. The car tonight is the Genesis G70 GT3 race car. And that's how things are shaping up tonight for our race. We're scheduled to start at 8 o'clock, and it's 8 o'clock on the dot at the moment. So I think, what are you thinking, Carbonboy? Why don't we jump straight into things here for our Community Series?
I think that's a great idea.
Sounds awesome.
Let me turn over the lobby, give it a bit of a kick. And I will need to do that again because GT doing GT things.
Ah, lovely. But
I just need to kick it over a second time because it does not reset the time of day settings until I do it a second time, and there we go.
Okay.
Right.
So we see a couple
Now,
of people
all
in
of our
chat
drivers can tick in.
today. We have a couple of people in chat today. We got Renegade, Robert Rice, Bumcrack, Diabolus. We got Troy. Troy's in the chat. We got BPM Livery Design, Boy Begum, and Pro is in chat as well there. So hello everybody. Thanks for supporting the drivers out on track today. It's going to be a fun night of racing, and can't wait for the night of racing that we're about to have. We haven't got as many community members here tonight, but we have a lot of current Sector 1 drivers joining us on the grid. So lots of competition to our few drivers that are our community members here tonight, I should say. Should be just waiting for everybody to tick in, and then we'll be heading to track for the 10-minute qualifying here in the Community Series. Just waiting on one of the community members, and should be momentarily starting this qualifying session. But oh, what are you thinking, Carbonboy? Is it going to be a good night of racing tonight, or what do you reckon?
I certainly hope so. I have had some, how do we put this? I've had some limited practice. So far, I got to admit, I actually like the way this car handles more than the car I drove last week. The turn-in is a little bit crisper. I'm not sure if the tyre usage is any better, but it doesn't feel too bad. We're just waiting on one more driver to tick in. He hasn't quite gotten the message, and I hope he realises that I will start qualifying without him.
Yeah, I think he's in. Yes, he is. So we're about to start qualifying.
Let's go, people.
As the big red button has been pressed.
I have temporarily painted that button orange for this week.
Ah, okay. To match the curbs?
Well, I can't have orange wheels, so I've got to have something. I did put in a request for orange wheels on the livery I'm running tonight, which is the Hooncorp livery, and I was not too politely told no.
Oh, that's a lovely 3-second penalty you picked up there, Carbonboy.
Only the finest here.
As Carbonboy is in the Hooncorp livery for tonight. He's first out on track. Second is Woody in the, what livery is that? I cannot even think on the spot with these community cars. They just look nothing like the real cars. I'll come back to Woody, or do you know what car he's in? Lost communications with Carbonboy for a second here. But Noodles behind in the Respawn Esports car. TX3 GTO just behind in the CP car. Oh, Carbonboy. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Just nothing, just an accident. Yeah, so do you know what car Woody's in? Got the Penrite sponsorship on the side. I'm not too sure.
Woody is in Black Rose, by the way.
Black Rose, that's the one. Thank you. And looking down, we have Daz for Deeds Racing, 4th on track at the moment. Killer in 5th in the APR Session Motorsports car. Karen Unleashed, he's in the Green Beacon entry tonight. And we have Diabolus, 7th on the road. He's in a special ISA car tonight, special livery that he's put together just for tonight's race, and he's sporting that. It's based off one of the, it's the Holden Racing Team livery that was run when Supercars ran at Circuit of the Americas a couple of years back, as he picks up a half-second penalty there for his efforts.
I'm hearing Austin, Texas, 2012.
Yes. When Supercars did that one-off race in America, when which I don't even know, it was 4 races if I remember correctly. They were each 100-kilometer races each, if my memory serves me correctly. But
that'd be 60 miles there in American units.
Thank you, Carbonboy. But yeah, I believe because you also have Diabolus is in your ear on the other end. They can hear me, but I can't hear them. So he would have filled us in on that one. But yeah, that's the car that Diabolus is running tonight. We have Bumcrack just behind him in the Kraken Esports car based off a DJR livery, which we've become accustomed to the last couple of weeks. We have Snake Eyes. He's here tonight, P9 on the road in the Doghouse car, which is based off Red Bull livery, as we can all tell. But this is the first race that Snake Eyes is racing in the Community Series since he's been a part of the main series, as he was a community member and he's filling in for Diabolus himself in the main series in Division 4 at ISA Esports. But he's here tonight in the Doghouse car, FAF 747 in the, I believe that's the Blacklight car there, and P11 is Black Project. He is in the normal ISA car, I believe that one is, as he comes around the corner. Yes, he is. And then Morgan Davey in the, he's also in the Penrite car, same as Woody. And of course, Thirsty, he's in the DeWalt Dadson car, I believe, tonight. Yes, he is the lovely Beers by Bacchus Genesis. So as these people have crossed the line to complete their first flying laps, GTR, top of the timing tables. He missed our last round when we were here on Sunday, but he's here now and he's gone top of the timing charts above Noodles in P2, who is in the Respawn Esports car, as I stated earlier. Thirsty with a brilliant lap time in the Dadson car, goes to P3, quarter of a second off pole with that time, but good enough for third at this stage. Daz, the Div 3Ds driver, goes to P4, second roll of the grid with his first lap time. Bumcrack P5, Carbonboy manages to pull P6 once he served his pen. Oh, as Karen unleashes in the wall. Not too sure what's happened there.
Well, that is not gone well. That's what's happened.
Might be able to get a little insider information from Carbonboy if he can get on the communications to the Deeds garage.
I am patched into the driver communication. I am terribly sorry. Sorry, I'm patched into the driver communications and sorry, you're
we'll come back to Carbonboy in a second. But Karen's lap time at the moment, good enough for P9. Morgan Davey improves. It's 2P out of the top 10. P12, that is, for Morgan on that last lap, of 49.5, which Morgan, he did get a podium when he was out here last time on Sunday, so not too sure where his pace has gone. Maybe he wants to start at the back, have a bit of a fun night. We see Woody as well, who's yet to set a lap time. Not too sure what's going on there in the Penrite car. But yeah, he set a 44.1, which would have been enough to put him to P3, but obviously he has breached track limits somewhere along there, or just validated his lap time, so trolling around in P14 at the moment. On an out lap at the moment, and Noodles goes to the top of the times with his last lap, and he does have a half-second penalty by just 5 thousandths of a second. How's that for a gap to GTR? But it's tight for third spot at the moment, as we have Thirsty in P3 with 11 thousandths back to FAF. Very tight stuff up and down the grid for the first two spots and the second roll of the grid as well. Somebody improves there. I believe that was Bumcrack. It was too. Snake Eyes improves as well to a 46.8. You can see there. Goes to P10. And Noodles comes out of the pits to start his outlap, as we see the Doghouse Motorsport car of... can't quite keep up with who is in what livery. It is Snake Eyes himself, actually. And just behind Noodles, we see, is that the... I believe that's... GTR. No, it wasn't GTR. GTR is in the CP car. And I can't think of it. Carbonboy. Couldn't quite think
Hello.
who was in the Hooncorp car.
yes, the Hooncorp car.
There's so many fluoro green liveries on this field. There's the Hooncorp, the Green Beacon, Is there any others, or is there just two and I cannot keep up with two liveries?
Pretty sure it's just the two.
Oh. I do remember, I think, well, the Dean's car does have accents of fluoro green, so I guess you could say there's three, potentially.
I'm going to go with two.
Okay. Two and a bit. Final answer. As Noodles and GTR are going very slow coming out of the boot at the moment, and that's the Penrite car, one of the Penrite cars. Not too sure which Penrite car, whether it's Woody or who's in the other Penrite car? Morgan. That's the two, right? It's Morgan and Woody in the Penrite cars tonight, isn't it? I'm gonna take that as a yes. As Woody improves,
I think it's a battle
to
between
P5.
Morgan and Woody for last place.
Well, Woody just went P5, so I think he has lost that.
What are you doing, Woody? What's this qualifying business?
As Karen improves to P7 as well. As we're approaching the end of the 10-minute qualifying session now. And this should be the final lap for most drivers, unless Black Project can get around in time. I don't think so. No, he does get the lap? Maybe? No, he doesn't quite get the lap. But it is the final lap for Noodles and GTR for this pole position battle. And Noodles is purple as well. So is GTR, massively purple at this point for GTR. 2.5 tenths. This is going to be tight for the fight for pole position. Noodles, that might be a penalty. He ran very wide on the curb there. But let's see what happens. Looks like he's got away with it as he crosses the sector split. He's up by 3 thousandths. But GTR, how much is he up by? It's 2.5 tenths still. I think it's going to go GTR. As Noodles rounds the final corner. What's it going to be as he barrels down towards the finish line? Does he improve? Yes, he does by 0.5 tenth. But will GTR return to the center? What's it going to be? 4 tenths purple for GTR. Goes top of the timing charts. And Woody improves as well to a 43.8 to take third spot on the grid. Bumcrack, yeah, so Thirsty in P4, FAF in P5, Daz P6, Bumcrack 7th, Karen 8th, Killer 9th, and I think that's everybody potentially. So that will wrap up our qualifying session here.
We still have VDX Jake and FAF 747 out on track running a lap. But they have 9 seconds to get across the line.
Well, they're in the pits, so I don't think they're going to be
that'll do it. That will do it.
That was a very exciting session in the end there.
Yeah, I was beginning to get worried. I was out qualifying Karen for a little bit there. I'm not sure how he felt about that.
As we have a look at the official grid for race 1 here in the Community Series, GTR takes pole position with a 43.1. Noodles takes P2. Woody in P3. Thirsty P4. Starting the third row is FAF 747. Joining him alongside is Daz 930T. Bumcrack starts in P7. Karen in P8. Killer P9, Carbonboy takes the 10th spot, Black Project 11th, Snake Eyes 12th, Diabolus 13th, and Morgan Davey rounds out the rear with a P14. So I'd imagine Morgan Davey, he's intentionally started at the back of the grid and now will do a last to first potentially, or wherever he's going to get to by the end of this race. So very, very interesting things going to be happening in this next race. And it looks like GTR wants
being
to start
patched into
well.
the driver communications, I can tell Karen was not particularly happy at being out qualified by a lower level driver and mentioned that he basically had to step it up in the last part of that qualifying session to make sure he got back ahead.
How good would Brent be as a
Although
driver
I'm just
if he
noticing
didn't
in the
drive on
qualifying
iRacing
results, he
constantly?
has been out qualified by one of his teammates, Daz.
And it's not the Div 1 teammate.
Was not going to mention that, but go for it.
As I believe, wait, is traction control forced on in the lobby settings?
Correct. It shouldn't be because I've prohibited traction control, but it is for some reason
on for a lot of people.
Traction control is on in the game, even
But
though it's
forced.
prohibited in lobby settings.
Yeah, that's weird. It's forced on, which is strange.
Anyway, I'm thinking we're going to get this race going.
I think that sounds like an awesome idea, Carbonboy. You're going to push that big red button? Yes, we've clicked the button and we're ready.
I'm going to push that orange button, mate.
Ah, that's correct. It's an orange button tonight. As our drivers head to the track.
Am I predicting chaos at T1? I certainly am. This is going to be a very spicy T1.
As the light sequence begins, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Revs rising, they are out and away they go here at Watkins Glen in the Community Series. It looks like Noodles gets off to a good start over GTR. Who's it going to be to turn 1? Noodles gets down the inside and around the outside, tries Woody, goes wide. That might be a penalty, a little bit of chaos, but these guys seem to have sorted themselves out through the first turn. That's somebody grinding the rail over on that left-hand side of the track there, but Noodles takes the lead into turn 1, and now GTR sticks it down the inside as they head down towards the bus stop, and he gets the move done. And any more moves in the background? I don't think so at the moment, but they continue on through turn 5 now.
I could see Karen and Woody having a bit of a ring-a-ding through the bus stop.
Yeah, as Woody dropped miles down the pack at the start of that one, but these guys are mostly single-file racing for now. Leading the way, GTR over Noodles at the moment as they come through turn 7 now. Barreling down. Thirsty.
There's a couple of drivers disputing that single-file analysis there, Lenocis.
As Thirsty and Killer both ended up in the wall somewhere along that starting sequence, but we'll try and catch Thirsty on the Next Level Racing replay if possible. As they came into turn 7, I think the rig just stepped out on him and he lost it just a little bit, and ended up in the wall and down to 13th, unfortunately, for Thirsty, but he'll be wanting to push. Oh, that Datsun Genesis still looking very shaky and taily as he
Lenocis, get the camera down to 7th and 6th with Bumcrack going down the inside of Karen.
They're going
Black Project
3 wide potentially into turn 1. Oh, chucked it down the inside. Is that Snake Eyes? No, it's Carbonboy. Oh, huge contact. Karen's gone. Oh no. As Karen drops down the order, a bit of an ambitious move from Carbonboy as we catch that one on the Next Level Racing action replay. As we slow it down now, Carbonboy in contact with Black Project there, and then Karen tried to squeeze himself into space that wasn't quite there, unfortunately, and that ends with Karen ending up the wrong way at the end of turn 1, unfortunately. As we look back up the front, the 2 leaders, GTR and Noodles, have taken off from the rest of the pack. Faf trying to hold on to the back of him, but that's a 1.2 second gap at the moment. The Div 3 driver of Daz holding his position firm, holding off Woody behind Div 1 driver, and he's going to be, at the moment, performing well above his weight as they come to the heel of the boot now. Up towards turn 9. And we see a move going on of FAF on Noodles, and it looks like Noodles is going to lose the position to FAF here in the black light ammo car. And he does too, and he has a half-second penalty for his troubles. So this is spelling disaster for Noodles early on in this race, as GTR has legged it. He's now gone 2.3 seconds, I should say, above second place FAF. This is a ripping start for FAF now. Looking down a little further down the order, we got a massive battle pack forming with Isa heading the pack, Karen behind, Carbonboy behind, and is that Morgan Davies. We have two Deeds drivers, and it looks like the Div 1 Deeds driver is trying to make a move on the Div 2 one. And oh no, I've clicked the wrong button. But it looks like Carbonboy potentially trying for a move on Diabolus here, as Karen makes his...
That's Karen, mate. I'm behind Karen.
Oh, okay. Two green cars next to each other. It's getting a little bit complicated for me. As it looks like Morgan Davey trying to find a way past Carbonboy now. Chucks down the inside at turn 6. Can he get the move done? No.
I'm genuinely surprised that he hasn't by this point.
They head down towards turn 7. Oh, what a move! Can Morgan hold it around the outside? No, and he might lose the position to the Datsun car as well.
I'll pay that. That's brave.
And he does lose the lose the position to Thirsty, the Datsun car, as we see a move around the outside from Karen. As that's Morgan Davey off. Was there a little bit of contact there potentially? Or has he just outbroke himself? We'll have a look on the Next Level Racing action replay at that one. He stepped out and... Oh, not too sure. Oh, was that a wheel failure potentially?
I'm just waiting for Karen and Diabolus to take each other out. This is fantastic viewing for me back here.
As Diabolus holds the position from Karen at the moment. But as I say that, Karen sticks it down the inside. Diabolus goes wide. Thirsty.
It's
tries
not
around the outside.
Karen!
It's a Carbonboy, I should say. And Diabolus picks up a half-second penalty.
Further ahead. That's me.
Diabolus picks up a penalty for his troubles. And Thirsty Ho up into P10. Goes defensive. 3 wide into the bus stop. No, these guys... Oh, huge contact between Diabolus and Carbonboy. And Diabolus could pick up another penalty here.
Which way are you going?
As,
he actually went to the right, I think.
As Karen has Thirsty beaming down his neck at the moment. Looking back up front, and GTR has absolutely gone 4-second gap as it stands. FAF holding off from Noodles for now. Woody in P4 holding off. He has managed to get his way past the Division 3 driver of Daz, who will now be wanting that position back sooner or later. Let's see what happens with this battle. Snake Eyes holding P7 over Black Project for now. And he's on a personal quickest lap at the moment. Speaking of quick laps, GTR holding the current fastest lap of the race with a 43.4. 0.3 off quali pace for GTR. Brent runs wide. Karen unleashed at turn 1. That could be a penalty. Thirsty goes through. Will he get a penalty? It doesn't look like he's getting one for now.
I think he needs a change of underwear, judging by what I'm hearing in the driver's comms.
As Black Project goes past Snake Eyes. As we're approaching the 8-minute mark in this race. We're 4 laps in at the moment. Question starts to come in. The question starts to come in whether these guys will be taking a pit stop. My initial thought would be yes, but how's the tyre wear looking, Carbonboy?
Can't speak for anyone else, but the front left is coppering an absolute hammering on this car. My front left is currently about 25% worn. The rest of the tyres are sort of around the 15% mark. And while I'm not sure if I want to give away too much of a screw, I've got 67% fuel left in the tank. So I think I'm going to no-stop it, just see how it goes.
It'll be interesting to see who takes a pit stop here.
What's the worst that could happen, really? I'm hearing a few of my fellow drivers over the comms here laughing at me, so I'm not sure how I feel about this whole no-stop idea, but oh well.
Well, I'm thinking we go to Karen and we have a little listen in, see what Karen has to say on the matter. So, Karen, can you hear us?
Yeah, you got me. Sorry, my mic was sort of stuck in my helmet. Yeah, you can hear me.
So, what's the strategy looking like today? You going to no-stop it?
Well, first things foremost, being a DES driver, I just don't want to run out of fuel, so that's a bit of a problem. But as the way the tyres are looking, yeah, not too bad, but you know, you've got to take chances when you're this far down, and you know, some might take a stop, some might not. We'll wait and see. But yeah, overall, car feels pretty comfortable, and looking forward to seeing who falls off the track later on when the tyres are pretty worn out. So that's when moves can be made, and hopefully Carbonboy doesn't catch up to me. So that'd be great if he doesn't. But we'll wait and see.
Oh, I've got a 1 second penalty at this point, so you're safe for a little bit, mate.
Oh, that's good news. Anyway, just making sure as well in terms of fuel, I hope Orphan's got plenty because being a DES driver, yeah, we just make sure we've got plenty in the tank.
So, what happened down at turn 1, Karen?
Which time? There's been plenty of times at turn 1 where we've had a bit of a struggle. So obviously you saw the big shebang bang between myself and Carbonboy. He just decided to lick the stamp and send it, but he tried to send it express post style, not past post. So a little bit of contact there, but apart from that, yeah, overall not too shabby. So
I'm just going to put it out there and say you got sideways on the exit all by
He's
yourself.
coming in! He's in the pits! Karen's in the pits! On lap 6, halfway through this race, he's bit the bullet and gone into the pit lane.
Do you know what I've accidentally just done? I have not got the tyres. I was meant to get tyres.
See, you've just... What? Oh my goodness, Karen! What is this So, you didn't plan to take any fuel, so you gave the... Did you promote the fuel man or something? Did you put him on the tyres instead of the fuel?
Yeah, it sounds like it, unfortunately, and I think I'm in a world of pain. I think Killer's also pitted, I'm not too sure, behind me is 2.3. But, yeah, I'm being told right now in my ear from my rivals that we didn't have the budget to get the tyre man out today.
No tyre man for DES. You heard it here first, folks, from Karen Unleashed. So, is he potentially doing the 2-stop? That's the question now. But we'll wait and see what happens, whether he peels back to the pits or he's just going to cut his losses and take it as is. But as we jump back up the front to TX3 GTR, he now has a 6-second gap over Noodles behind in P2, who has gotten past FAF again. And Woody in P4 still has Daz behind, so Daz has some good pace today. And he's just sticking to the back of these Div 1ers at the moment, and you really love to see it. Real underdog story for Daz here today. Bumcrack holding on to P6, the other Division 3 driver. Well, we actually have 3 Division 3 drivers sitting from P5 to P7. Daz, Bumcrack, and Black Project, I should say, as they're all sitting relatively close together on track. There's not a huge distance between them. As Noodles is disconnected. Oh no! With 7 minutes remaining in this race, Noodles is gone. So that leaves FAF sitting in 2nd place here over Diswood. Oh dear. That's not gone well for Noodles. Not at all.
Well, Karen is apparently pitting for a 2nd time.
Oh. Might not be the strategy that I would go for, but...
From what I'm hearing, the tyre man was out the back having a cheeky beer. And that has not gone well.
As he's now sitting 17 seconds off the off Killer, who's in front, and minute off the lead. So now begs the question: could he get overlapped? I wouldn't put it past him because there's 6 minutes left in the race, and the way he's going at the moment, 1 minute off in 14 minutes, it's not out of the realm of possibility at this rate. As we see Morgan, he's managed to find his way past Carbonboy here, and he's got eyes for Snake Eyes. That might be a penalty for him as well. Yes, it is, for running wide at turn 8. So that
was Mr. Morgan a bit of a naughty boy?
Yeah, he ran a little bit wide over that curb, and the stewards have slapped him in the face with half a second.
Ah, only half a second. That's a slap on the wrist. Come on, Morgan, be a man. Get a 2-second penalty, please.
As we see this battle between Daz and Woody still holding at about this 3/10 mark. So Daz is really putting in the effort in this race, and he's proving to us that he is a capable driver in the behind the wheel of that Yaris. Not Yaris. It doesn't look like a Yaris. It's a Genesis. There isn't even a Yaris GT3 or GT4 car.
I'm sorry for laughing, Lenocis, but the drivers here in the comms have loved your assessment of what car is on track, to say the least.
It could be a Yaris. Maybe that's a series we need to look into here at Sector 1, the Community Yaris series. As Woody, he's actually lost the position to Daz potentially, as Woody gets a half-second penalty as well. Here's Woody, second in Div 1, about to be overtaken by a Div 3 driver. I've
just had a sudden realisation, Lenocis.
Yes?
I know exactly what Karen's up to.
Karen wants to start on pole position. That's all he wants to do.
Correct. Race 2 is a reverse grid from the race results. Karen wants pole position for race 2.
And Diabolus how's Diabolus further behind Karen? That's what I want to know.
Well, I think you underestimate how much Karen wants pole position, so I think we're going to see a fierce battle for last place in this race.
Well, they need to remember that Noodle's disconnected. So the decision needs to be made. Is Noodles going to start on pole position, or is he going to get chucked up front? At the back.
Well, I will have to check the Discord and see what's going on, see if he's lobbed any messages in there.
He says, disconnected, sorry. So I don't know whether we'll see him back, but Woody, he's lost the position, or he's about to lose the position, because he has a half-second penalty with a Deeds driver sitting behind him. As they come through turn 7, as they approach the penalty line, Woody will have to give way to Daz. As they barrel down towards the heel of the boot. Into turn 8 they go. As Bumcrack isn't
I'm starting
too far.
to think that the no stop is maybe a bad idea, because I'm really running out of tyres.
Well, good news is you've only got to do 2 more laps on them.
I don't think you realise how much I'm running out of tyres.
But as it stands, Daz will take a podium with only 2 laps to go. Woody will not let that sit well though, as he might go for a move into turn 1 right here, right out. No, he does not. Sticks behind.
At the moment, turning right is okay. It's the turning left that... Sorry, turning left is fine. Turning right is the problem. Actually, I think that's my problem. I don't know my left from my right at this point in time, so That's what the real problem is.
That's why you've been turning the wrong way into quarters. As Woody is right on the back of Daz now. Sneaks the nose, shows the nose. Tries to get past at turn 5, but can't get it done as they barrel down towards turn 6 now. Can Daz hold off? He's just got to do one more lap after this. Bumcrack isn't too far out of the equation either, just one. Okay, he's got a penalty, so he's going to drop off a little bit, but he's only 1 second away from the two in front. Oh, Woody had a penalty as well. Oh wait, did Bumcrack have a penalty, or was I just looking at Woody? I think it was just Woody. Okay. As Thirsty is sitting behind them as well in P6 at the moment. As he comes into turn 9, we have a lot of cars on not a lot of track at the moment. From P3 all the way down to P7 in Black Project. So things could get spicy as there's one lap to go. GTR has a 12-second lead. I imagine he'll finish that one off. But as it stands, Woody has an 8/10 gap to Daz in front. As they head through turn 1 now. And we'll have a look at that battle down the back there for last place. And it looks like Karen is still holding P12 over Diabolus. So this will be the final lap. As we see Killer will be the first to finish here. And he crosses the line in the Obsession Motorsports car. Karen finishes 12th and Diabolus will come through oh my god, we have just witnessed a death on stream. As GTR, he's coming to the end of the boot now. And we look back down to Daz, who just has 4/10 to Woody behind. This is for the podium. Can Woody sneak a move into at the end of the boot, the heel of the boot? This is it. Oh, he doesn't quite go for the move, but he might have a half an opportunity left. As if he doesn't pick up a penalty there. Let's see as Daz rounds turn 9 now. He's got 3/10 to Woody as GTR finishes the race, takes P1. But I think Daz is going to hold off. It's going to be tight. Can Woody stick it out the inside? No, he can't. As FAF will come home in P2. And who's going to emerge first? It's going to be Daz. He's going to take P3 for Deeds Racing. And Woody will come home in a close 4th. Bumcrack takes 5th. Thirsty 6th. Black Project will come home in 7th. Morgan will go 14th to 8th as he takes P8 today. Snake Eyes takes P9 and Carbonboy will be the last of the finishers. Across the line in P10.
Oh, that was fun. That was fun. Now, I think we will just have a few minutes in between now and the next race because I will need to set the grid manually because race 2 is a reverse grid based off the results of this race.
Yes, absolutely. So I think we'll head to a 5-minute intermission while we sort everything out with the grid. So don't go anywhere. We've got reverse grid race 2 coming right up for you guys. So we'll be right back, and 5 minutes time we'll be ready to go with race number 2. Hello everybody, and we are back. We had a bit of a delay because there was some people not readying up, but we're here now and the grid is sorted and we're ready to go for race number 2. It is of course a reverse grid. Lining up on pole will be Diabolus, and alongside is Karen Killer in 3rd, Carbonboy 4th, Snake Eyes 5th, Morgan Davies 6th, Black Project 7th, Thirsty 8th, Bumcrack 9th, Woody 10th, Daz 11th, FAF 12th, and GTR will be starting from the back. So no Noodles. I believe his power has gone out. So unfortunately, yeah, we won't be seeing Noodles back again tonight. But let's see what happens in this race. So you ready to click the big red button or big orange button, Carbonboy?
Thank you. Got it right. I think someone's doing burnouts. I'm going to have a guess that that is Mr. Killer on the loose ripping some burnouts at turn 1, just based off my previous experiences. But let's get this. Let's get the show on the road with the reverse grid. I'm expecting to be overtaken by pretty much everyone in about 2.5 laps at most.
As these guys are lined up on the grid and waiting. As the light sequence starts momentarily. And it has started. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. They are out and away we go. It looks like Diabolus gets off to a good start. Karen doesn't get the greatest of start, but Killer moves himself up into P2 before the first turn. Oh, a little bit of contact rubbing between Karen and Killer there, but Carbonboy looking to capitalise on the poor exit from Killer there, and he sneaks it down the inside of the Obsession APR driver. No, he doesn't. Never mind. As these guys barrel down towards the bus stop. And they're going to go 3 wide. Oh, okay, I thought for a second they were going to go 3 wide, but they did not, as Morgan had to peel out.
What are you doing, Karen?
Oh, as there's a little bit of contact there, but these guys continue on. Karen moves himself into P3 as he goes for a move around the outside of Diabolus, and so does Carbonboy. No, which car is that? That's Morgan Davey moves himself up into P4. And is that Diabolus? It's all going down here as they're tumbling down the order. Oh my goodness, as they're 3 wide through turn 7. It's all kicking off here. And Killer holds the lead of the race as these guys head down towards the heel of the boot.
Off you go, Woody.
These guys head towards turn 9 now. And it looks like, everything still hasn't sorted itself out as GTR, as Diabolus has picked up a penalty as well as he's down to, huge contact as Diabolus ends up in the fence. Oh dear, that's disaster at this point of the race. We'll have a look at the next level racing action replay. Oh no, actually, we're going 3 wide into turn 1. Hang on everybody. This is going to be massive for the lead of the race. As is Killer able to hold, huge contact! And Morgan Davey. As somebody's gone, it's all kicking off. And who's that that's gone? It's Woody. Woody's in the fence.
Karen, what are you doing?
Woody's in the mud.
The rear end of your car begs to differ.
As Killer on the loose sits behind Morgan as he peels to the inside. Can he make the move? He does it to the bus stop and holds the position. What a move from Killer. Gets it done and moves himself back into the lead of the race. That's Carbonboy in the background, almost sticking down the inside of Karen. Unfortunately unable to do so as GTR has made up so many positions. He's already up in P5. Huge contact! Oh no! And Karen ends up in the wall. Oh dear. As we'll have a look on the next level racing action replay. A huge scrap between the 2 green cars. And, huge contact. I don't think Carbonboy broke for the corner there. Not too sure what's going on there. But Karen in P11, Diablo's P12, Woody P13. But Morgan holds the lead of the race over Killer at the moment as they head through turn 10. And into the final corner now. As FAF is already up into P3 and GTR is dropped a position back. Carbonboy's managed to get past GTR. Not too sure whether it was a part of that kerfuffle down at turn 5, but no, Carbonboy goes deep. Maybe. Oh my god! As that
I was in front of him the whole time.
Somebody has gone very off. That was I'm not too sure who that was. Thirsty is gone, and he's rage quit apparently. As we have a look on the next level racing action replay, see if we can catch that potentially. I think it was Snake Eyes, maybe a little bit of contact potentially. As we caught it in the background. Yeah, I'm not too sure there, but Thirsty ended up in the wall at the end of that. Now, FAF has gotten past Killer, and now he's up into P2, bearing down on Morgan Davey, who needs to hold his lead. 15 minutes left to go in this race, which means we are 5 minutes in.
I've got a prime viewing for the Killer GDR Black Project battle, which is kicking right off.
As
Oh, Killer's in the fence!
Oh, that was massive for Killer as he drops down the order. GTR up into P3. Let's have a look on the next level racing action replay of what happened there as they head down into the heel of the boot. Killer, he got all stuck up on the curb and then a car got unsettled and he ended up in the inside wall, unfortunately. But GTR up into P3. Black Project goes into P4 and Carbonboy promoted up into P5.
Yeah, look, I don't know how this has happened. I'm not complaining.
With 14 minutes to go, Morgan Davey holds P1. FAF in P2 now. And he's sort of held that gap at about the 1 second margin to Morgan Davey.
Just don't forget to put tyres on this time, Karen.
As riding on board with Killer at the moment, with Daz right behind in P8 and 9 respectively. But Killer, he was looking so good and then he hit the inside wall down at turn 9. And unfortunately it's seen him down the order. He held the lead of the race for a couple of laps there, so good job to Killer. But oh, as we see a move from Karen down the inside of Woody, it is there. And now now the two Deeds drivers are together on track, except one is in a Deeds and one is in a Red Mist car. Now heading down towards turn 8, the heel of the boot. 4 cars, bumper to bumper. And we see Daz looking for a way around Killer. He sort of gets an edge a little bit. Oh, it's Brett sticks it down the inside on his teammate, and Daz loses out big time down to P11. As we'll catch on the next level racing action replay. Very opportunistic move from Karen there to stick it down the inside of the other D's driver, I should say, and Woody followed him through. And
is
now
that the
Karen
team owner establishing the pecking order in the Deeds camp?
Yeah. As Karen sticks it down the inside of Killer, but gets switchbacked, and now Woody's going to stick it down the inside of Karen on the run towards turn 2. As we watch that again on the next level racing action replay, sticks it down the inside, runs it super deep, and that just allows Killer and Woody to get him on the switchback. Oh, as we see Killer in the fence! Oh no! As that's disastrous for Killer, and I think he's left the room as well, so I'm not too sure what's happened there. But Killer's gone, and not too sure what's happened there.
We'll put it down to the Tassie internet, I think.
Okay. as Black Project still holding on to his P4. We look up to GTR. He's closed that gap right up to FAF and Morgan Davey. That gap is closed to just 7/10. So GTR, could he go 2 for 2 in this one? We'll have to wait and see. As it stands, Morgan Davey holds the lead of the race over the 2 behind. We could see a move from GTR on FAF down towards the first turn. As the gap's just 3/10 between these two, and he has slipstream. As they cross the line, GTR currently holding the fastest lap of a 43.6. Not quite as quick as the first race, but still up there in terms of lap time, only half a second off his qualifying pace. And barrels down towards the bus stop now, the long run from turn 2 all the way down to the bus stop, which aren't official corners on the track map.
Well, they're not really a corner, it's more of a bend.
Yeah, absolutely. As these guys head towards turn 5 now, GTR sniffing the rear end of FAF and heads down towards turn 6. He could not be closer at this point. Could we see a move into turn 7? Potentially no. He's run wide there, GTR, and he hasn't quite managed to get past. Lost a little bit of time. Still at 3/10 between these two. Run towards turn 8 now for GTR. And unable to make a move there as well. So it seems like this part of the lap is where GTR is struggling the most in this battle for P2 with FAF. As we've passed the halfway mark now. Not long to go in this one. Carbonboy still holding on to P5 there, aren't you?
Yeah, the Black Project and Bumcrack are certainly making me earn it.
As we look down to Woody and Snake Eyes, P7 and 8 respectively for these two. And they're still keeping each other pretty honest in this battle. So we'll have to wait and see how this one pans out in the final 10 minutes of this one. Daz Fadid's in P9 and in goes Karen into the pits. Does he put tyres on the car this time? Yes, he does!
Now, does he put fuel in? That is the question.
No. He's continued on. No fuel in the car, just tyres, which is an improvement from last race. FAF and GTR still battling it out for second position. GTR unable to find a way past the Blacklight Ammo driver. As I say that, the door opens. GTR could be on for a move into turn 7. Does he get down the inside? Strong defense from FAF, but GTR tries to stick it down the inside, holds it around the outside. Can he get the run? I don't think he can. It's neck and neck, a drag race down towards turn 8, but GTR are the inside line as they get to the heel. Slams on the brakes, round the outside again for FAF. Brilliant move. What a scrap it's been for these two. On the Next Level Racing action replay now, as we see that one unfold. What defense from FAF to manage to hold the position. Broke late and managed to sweep it around the outside. Great defense. But GTR, the gap opens. He chucks it down the inside at the final turn. A little bit of contact, but he doesn't get the position. This is mighty defense by that Blacklight driver. GTR will try on a third occasion now. Sticks it down the inside. FAF, it's a repeat of last time. But runs a little bit wide, might come with an invoice. But GTR can't get the move done. But he gets the penalty, FAF. So that should be the end of this battle once they reach the line. But it's not even going to get there. GTR sneaks his way up into P2 before the bus stop. FAF has to concede. Yes, he does eventually. Only room for one car through there. And with all that battling, that's allowed Morgan to get 3.5 seconds ahead. And with 6 minutes remaining, that may be enough. FAF will have to serve his penalty at the timing line after turn 7 on the run down to the heel. As he does serve that penalty, loses touch with GTR. On GTR's pursuit for Morgan Davey. Has he used too much tyres making his way past FAF though? We'll have to wait and see, as that gap is starting to come down now. 3.4 seconds to GTR at this stage of the race. Carbonboy holding P5 at the moment, but Bumcrack arguing the point, sitting 4 tenths behind Carbonboy at this stage of the race. Just under 6 minutes remaining in this one. Woody also trying to join the party.
To be fair to Bumcrack, he has taken 7 tenths out of me in the this lap alone. So the man is not exactly slouching around.
As Woody comes to join the battle as well, sitting just 1.6 seconds between behind the two Div 3 drivers. As Carbonboy manages to hold...
Completely cooks turn 1, that's what he does.
As Bumcrack sitting behind, 2 tenths now. Poor exit for Carbonboy, as stated before. But can he make a move into the bus stop? Carbonboy, which side does he choose? Sticks to the inside, shows Bumcrack the outside. There's not going to be much overlap before the bus stop though. And Carbonboy will hold P5 for now. Bumcrack takes P6 as they come through the bus stop. But he's still knocking on that back door. Sweeps through turn 5 on the run down to P6 now. Turn 6 I should say. Tries around the outside, but there's no room for that. Holds on the back of Carbonboy on the run to turn 7. 2 tenths, under 2 tenths. Tries to sweep around the outside again. Can't quite get it done, has to settle behind. Now Diswood is coming into things. 1 second the gap, but Carbonboy holds the inside line, very defensive. Bumcrack has to take the outside line, but there's no room there as well. Woody getting drawn into things now, just 6 tenths to Bumcrack. Should be within striking distance in just a few quarters. As that gap to Carbonboy opens up to 7 tenths. A little bit of breathing room for Carbonboy now, but that leaves Bumcrack susceptible to Woody behind. 3 tenths the gap now. Looking forward, now he has to be looking behind Bumcrack. Oh, a little bit of a scrape on the wall from Woody there on the run down to the start-finish line. As Bumcrack closes the gap to Carbonboy. Just slightly on that straight and massively opens the gap to Woody with his tap on the wall. 3 tenths the gap now. As we have a look back up front, 3.1 seconds the gap between Morgan and GTR. A Sector 1 rivalry that has lasted all the way back till Season 1. But on this occasion, with 3 minutes remaining, 2 more laps in the race, I don't think it's going to be enough for GTR. Might be too little too late. Could be a victory for the Deeds driver. But back to this battle pack between Carbonboy, Bumcrack and Woody. Sort of opened up a little bit to Woody. He's struggling to get back into the rhythm of things on the back of this pack. But 4.5 tenths the gap between Carbonboy and Bumcrack. Into turn 7 now. Gets the late apex there, Bumcrack, and really gets a great exit. Closes up, the gap dropping 5.5 tenths now. Under a second for Woody as well, which means he's within slipstream range. Into turn 8, the heel of the boot. Can't quite capitalise on that corner though, as the gap remains about the same. But Carbonboy, he's broke at a perfect point for turn 9 there. And it means that that gap opens back up to Bumcrack again. Just 2 minutes remaining in this race. These guys should get 2 more laps from now.
That's not what my front left tyre wants to hear right about now.
As we have a battle between Karen and Isa for the last spot on the grid once again. I believe Karen has done the 2-stop. Has Diabolus stopped again? Not too sure. Carbonboy should be able to tell us that.
Sorry, I was a little busy trying not to run Bumcrack off the road there.
As these guys are side by side. As Bumcrack has the inside line this time. Into the bus stop. Carbonboy! Oh. But that makes Carbonboy susceptible to Woody now. As Woody tries to find a way past Carbonboy as well. Potentially a move into turn 6. No move from Woody. As Bumcrack takes off into the distance. 8 tenths the gap already. 9 tenths. Almost out to a second. It should be a second. It is a second. As Woody tries around the outside of Carbonboy. Goes for the switchback. Can he get it done?
And he's going to get it. Because I
Side
have
by
no
side.
tyres.
On the run down to the heel. Woody gets it done. Moves himself up into P6. As these guys
My biggest
get
mission
one
right
more
now
lap.
is to not accidentally punt Woody into the Shadow Realm.
As these guys are going to get one more, the white flag is out. That gap between Morgan and GTR opens up to 4.5 seconds now. 15 seconds left on the timer. So Snake Eyes should be the last one to cross the line. And Diabolus will be the first of our
Oh,
finishers
he's been a
tonight.
very naughty boy at turn 1.
As we have confirmation from race control as well. As this will be the final lap of the session. Diabolus will come home to take the checkered flag. Karen in P11 as well. Morgan Davey, the gap 4.4 seconds to Morgan Davey over GTR on this occasion. GTR unable to do the last first challenge here at Watkins Glen, but he'll have to settle for second. FAF, the argument isn't over yet, with a 1.2 second gap between Black Project and the community driver. Heading down towards the boot now. Can Black Project pull this position, the podium place from nowhere? We'll have to see. The gap is at a second. I don't think it's going to get done. As Morgan Davey rounds the final corner, 4.5 seconds to the good over GTR, barrels down towards the finish line, and this will be a great race completed by the Deeds driver. P1 for Morgan, P2 for GTR, and FAF, the community driver, will take P3, holds out over the pursuing Black Project. Black Project takes P4. Woody will take P5 over Bumcrack, manages to get past in the nick of time. Bumcrack takes P6, Carbonboy in 7th, Daz 8th, Snake Eyes 9th. And he will be the last of our finishers here tonight.
And Karen finishing the race with a 1 second penalty hanging over his head.
Oh, that was a very interesting race. Lots of battles up and down. As we have a look at the official race results for that one. Morgan Davey takes P1, GTR takes P2 with the fastest lap of a 1:43.6. FAF claims the final spot on the podium. And Black Project finishes 4th, Woody in 5th, Bumcrack 6th, Carbonboy 7th, Daz 8th, Snake Eyes 9th, Diabolus 10th, Karen 11th, Thirsty, and Karen Killing Loose finishing, not finishing I should say, DNFing in that one. And as Carbonboy pointed out, Karen has a 1 second penalty to finish off that one. So that's how things line up after race number 2 in the community series there. And what a race they treated us to tonight. Put your driver in the days in the comments below, and we'll read them out. I reckon I'm going to give my driver of the day. Oh, I think it's got to go to FAF. Double podium. He was there the entire time, and good round overall for FAF. We have Driver of the Day, GTR, Driver of the Day, Morgan for holding off GTR. GTR, Diver of the... Wait. Diver of the race, Morgan. Oh no, I see what Robert Rice is saying. Driver of the Day, GTR. Driver of the race, Morgan for holding off GTR. Yeah, that's valid. And we have Driver of the Day, Womble, given by Womble. And who are you going to give your Driver of the Day to, Carbonboy? Even though you didn't see too much of the drivers that you weren't really around.
Oi! I didn't do that badly.
No, but I mean, you didn't see a lot of the drivers. Like some of the drivers.
I got a great view. I got a great view of GDR as he overtook me and drove off into the distance. What are you talking about? Well, you know what? I'm going to do a Womble. I'm going to give myself Driver of the Day nomination.
Now, if the guys in the chat promise to be on their best behaviour, I will let them tell me their Driver of the Days. Do they accept? Carbonboy, you'll be the messenger here.
Sorry?
If they're on their best behaviour, can I let the guys in the chat?
I actually have them muted at the moment just so I don't hear them. So, I will, well, to be fair, I had to mute them because most of what they're saying is making me lose my proverbial laughing, so, I have unmuted them, and now they're laughing at me, but I'm pretty sure they will promise to be on their best behaviour on stream, so I think it's safe to let them in.
Alright, so
this is
everybody...
going to come back to bite me, I can feel it.
Please welcome Karen Unleashed, Diswood, and Diabolus into the comms box. How are we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Oh, yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, we had a whale of a time, honestly. We were just, while we were sitting here chilling, listening to you guys doing some fantastic commentary, we just thought we'd try our best to race clean, hard, fair, and sort of didn't end up that way a little bit at times, but yeah, and Woody can't stop laughing at everything around me, so yeah. I think Driver of the Day, Diabolus, who do you think was going to get it?
Oh, race 1, I reckon Carbonboy, that battle that we had lap 4, lap 5, that was massive.
That was good fun until some faster drivers came along to spoil the party.
It was. So race 1, I'd give it to Carbon, and race 2, you know, GDR and Davey from the back of the field, they probably have to get that one.
And Karen, I think you'll be very happy with this one. Morgan has given you Driver of the Day.
For what? I haven't done anything. No, thanks, Morgs. I love you, but oh my gosh, I was like a toddler in front of a toilet. As yeah, I'm just trying to cut a few laps at the moment, but yeah, I drove. I tried to take a risk. Obviously, didn't pay off. Did deeds things. So race 1, I'll definitely give my drive to the race to Carbonboy. Race 2, and I'm not going to say this to sound like a bit of a suck up, but I'm giving my race 2 to Woody because I think he was put into the shadow realm lap 2 or 3, and then fought his way back up. I think it was fantastic effort from Woodsy. So yeah, props to him. He can actually drive as well as make me laugh, which is great news.
And who are you giving your Drive of the Day to, Woody?
I'm giving my Drive of the Day to Karen for providing more meme quality content for us. for getting to put tyres on in the first race and then managed to successfully go through the pit lane, find a set of tyres, find a pit crew that will put tyres on his car, and navigate his way back out on track.
Oh, I think he snuck my pit crew from race 2 because they refused to service me.
Oh, yeah, I made a bit of a mistake in the first race. Second race, I was begging to make sure I got it right, and then I caught Diabolus and I got past him because he had no tyre. Like, when we say no tyre, it was down to canvas, and then I crashed on the last lap.
Rest in peace.
Yep, the chassis is dead, so...
When we say no tyre, it was literally like you were seeing wires.
And I think I'm staggered that a few people didn't actually try to pit in as well, because the amount of time I was making up in terms of everyone that didn't pit against me was phenomenal. I was sitting there in dreamland. I'm going to make 11 seconds on Diablos in 2 laps.
Maybe it was because it was a bad strategy.
No, I wouldn't say it's overly bad, but it's just...
Not overly bad, just averagely bad.
It's not great, not terrible. It's probably the best way to say it.
But
if the race
normally...
was a tad longer, it would have been a bit more beneficial.
Yeah.
Or medium tyres.
Oh yeah, medium would have made it. But that's what happens when we run Dunlops. I think we run Dunlops on the Hyundais. I'm not too sure. Guys in chat.
I would like to up the tyre wear to a 6 times.
15 times. Take it or leave it.
Done. Sold. I'll take it.
But what Woody was saying before with Karen's tyre issues, normally it's pre-race entertainment or post-race entertainment. It's not often we get during race entertainment.
Race.
Oh,
Yeah.
I tell you what, being patched into the driver radios in that racing, I tell you what, that's dangerous because you're laughing so hard you can barely keep it on the track. I nearly sent someone off at the chicane. Black Project, I think that was you. My apologies, mate. I was laughing so hard I could barely see straight.
You just merely need Karen in a car, and he'll just provide any sort of entertainment for you. It's pretty self-explanatory there.
Anyway, I think we should probably wrap this up for tonight.
Yeah, I was just about to say
it's about to get messy.
So thanks for coming, everybody. I don't think there's barely anybody still in the chat, but in the watching the stream. But thanks for coming along. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. Say it every week, but it really does help us out over here. But yeah, that's Lenocis, Carbonboy, Karen, Woody, and Diabolus signing off the stream here tonight at Watkins Glen. So thanks for turning out, everybody. It was a fun night of racing and love to see it. So thanks for coming, everybody, and we'll catch you all on next Sunday. I believe it's the 31st of July. We have our Group B race kicking off from 7 o'clock here at Watkins Glen on the Sector 1 channel. Of course, as always, we have our Division 4 and Division 2 drivers lining up for the Sector 1 World Tour, round number 6 for them. And everything's looking pretty awesome to go in Division 2 and 4, so it's going to be a brilliant night of racing there as well, so make sure to tune in for that one. But yeah, as I said before, that's us from the Comms Box signing us off tonight, and thanks for tuning in, everybody. That's all for tonight, so we'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.